I used to be like an absolute simp. I was a degenerate. I used to watch dirty, dirty, degenerate porn. I was addicted to women and their validation. I was addicted to talking to them. I was addicted from their attention. I used to hop inbox to inbox, trying to get a glimpse of attention from women. I was obsessed over my crush, my girlfriend, and my ex, and I used to cuddle my pillow thinking about them. My life was destroyed. I had no purpose, no mission, no fulfillment, nothing to do. I used to lie in bed practically 16, 17, 18 hours a day, just mindlessly scrolling through Instagram, through reels. I was watching like young Sheldon reels or something. My algorithm was fucked. If you looked at my algorithm, you would say that this man had serious, serious problems. I used to go to the gym and I used to train both MMA and weightlifting, but I had no purpose and mission in life, no fire in my heart, nothing to motivate me. I used to pray to Allah to save me, to help my life, but my prayers weren't getting answered. It was like an empty feeling, nothing left, nothing to do, nowhere to go, and my life was getting worse and worse. Who was I like? I was like Simpullah. Simpullah is a character that I created, a version of me, a version of every young man at his worst. He's exactly like Jeffrey Adonis from Hamza's videos. He's exactly like Jeffrey, but the only difference is that Simpullah is a version of Jeffrey who tried. He tried self improvement. He got into the gym. He built a little bit of muscle. He watched through the red pill content that taught him how to get women, how to get attention, and he tried and he succeeded, but he got stuck. He got stuck in the self improvement loop Hamza talks about, where you make a bit of progress in your self improvement journey, and then you get stuck in the rewards you get, the early rewards you get from your self improvement journey, the attention from women, and you just get stuck. You get stuck with low quality 5 out of 10 women who don't give a fuck about you, and your life just goes down spiral from them. Simpullah is a young man who is ambitious but depressed. He wants to do things in life, but he just can't. He scrolls through his phone all day, trying to get a glimpse of attention from women. DMs here, DMs there, where nobody replies. He's down bad. He watches degenerate content, degenerate porn. He just watches a red pill self improvement content all day in the hopes of some secret might get revealed to him, and he's just gonna get all the women in this world, but he isn't. He goes to the gym, he tries to train, but he can't. He just feels tired all day, drained all day, purposeless, no fire in his heart. And I was just like Simpullah until I discovered the Zulfiqar mentality. Zulfiqar is the sword of Ali ibn Radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "There is no sword sharper than Zulfiqar." Zulfiqar isn't just Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu's sword though. I made him into a man, a myth, a legend. He was forged in fire. He was just like us, scraps of metal, but he was heated up, he was beaten up, and he was beaten up to the sharpest sword in all of mankind. And Zulfikar isn't just a simple mentality, it is a lifestyle. It is a movement that I tend to that I was inspired to create. Zulfikar is the man you want to be like. He's perfect, he's purposeful, he has Allah closer to his heart than he's Allah close to him than his own heart. He has purpose, he has fire, He trains every single day, but with purpose, and better. He trains till failure and more till failure every single day. He journals, he meditates, he prays, and he prays deep. He has women all over him, but he has his gazes down for his future wife. He waits for his future wife. He doesn't indulge in 5 out of 10 practically weak Jeffrey women. He doesn't indulge in them. He waits for his future wife. He builds himself for her and his kids and his legacy. And this channel, I'm gonna teach you how to be more like Zulfiqar. If you're wondering who I am, my name is Orno. I am trying to become a self-improvement YouTuber. I have been in self-improvement for the last 4 years, and I started my self-improvement journey through watching Hamza. And maybe all of you, or maybe no, definitely all of you know who Hamza is. He started this Jeffrey to Adonis movement, and I'm nowhere trying to compete with him. My channel is a version of him, which includes Allah and Islamic knowledge to help young men to have a purpose and connection to God, and build and give them a humility, bring them closer to God, and lower their ego so they can build up to their self improvement journey and not to get stuck. The rut, the most common problem in self improvement, the rut young men get stuck into, where they make some progress in their self improvement journey 1 or 2 years. They are on their self improvement journey 1 or 2 years. They fix their mental health, they build their physique, they're strong, maybe they get attention from one or two women, they have a nice Instagram, nice bio, nice pictures, and they just get stuck. No purpose in life, no mission, no nothing. And I was exactly like this a few days ago. Not even I think 10 days ago. I was stuck, I was depressed, I was obsessed with my ex-girlfriend. And this takes courage to talk about after like 10 days. Maybe she's watching that. Maybe she's watching this, and if you're watching this, love you, baby girl. uh, Whatever. It takes courage, and this courage was built through this Zulfiqar mentality. Not even 10 days, I went through Simpullah to Zulfiqar, because this channel is not for basic self improvement. You can watch Hamza for it, and Hamza is way better in it than me. The Zulfiqar mentality is a purposeful mentality which gives you fire through God, religion, Allah, Islamic stories, and a mentality shift which will help you get out of a rut. From, if you are stuck on self improvement, if you are someone like me who was stuck on self improvement and had no purpose in life, this Zulfiqar mentality will give you purpose, and it will give you the momentum you need to go through your self improvement journey, and to maybe move on, remove degenerate women in your life, build a mission, build a purpose, build a business, help your family retire. This is the movement for it. And how did I create Zulfiqar? Zulfiqar is Prophet Muhammad. It is I'm sorry. It is Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu's sword, and it is the sharpest sword. It is the sharpest sword in all of humankind. And Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was strong. He was purposeful. He had a mission. He loved God and his Prophet. And maybe you're wondering, why didn't I then idolize Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu or even Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Because they are perfect human. They were perfect from the start. Yes, they didn't make mistakes. They learned. Yes, they made mistakes, but not huge mistakes. Even their mistakes are as perfect as our perfections. I didn't idolize them. I idolized Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu's sword in a vision where it was just pieces of metal, and it was heated up, and it was built the sharpest sword which helped Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu fight wars. And also his mentality, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's mentality, and the new mentality which most modern men get wrong from self improvement, where okay, you like, they start hating women, and they start thinking that, oh, I'm gonna just date and fuck around, and they fall into two traps of either they become this lovey-dovey boyfriend which just loses his purpose from his relationships and it drains him. He gets into a relationship after years of self improvement, after years of being lonely, and he just gets attached to his girlfriend so much that he forgets to do anything or level up, and then slowly she loses interest in him, or he just chases around degenerate women, fucks around, does nothing, and then just loses all the progress he made. This mentality is that you keep forging yourself into the fire, you just keep heating yourself and beating yourself to become the sharpest version you can. Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu had no wealth, no nothing. When he, like many people asked for Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam refused. But when Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu came and had the courage to ask Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anhu's hand, he asked him, "What do you have for meher, the dowry?" And Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu said that I only have my armor, my horse, and I think his sword. Yes, Zulfiqar. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that I will take the armor, and he married Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam daughter. Imagine how lucky this man is. He married Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's daughter, and you fucking moron, you stick to a 5 out of 10 women. Most modern women are shit. They're pieces of shit. You think that your girlfriend is beautiful because, oh, she doesn't do degenerate stuff and she doesn't post that much, she doesn't post her titty pictures or her waist on Instagram, or she doesn't DM that much, man. Oh, she just studies all day and maybe she posts one or two stories on Instagram. Bro, your girlfriend says that she's gonna go to the gym. She doesn't. She says she exercises, but she doesn't. She says that she's gonna eat clean, but she doesn't. If she was a man, and if you weren't sexist, if she was a man, you would say that she's a Jeffrey, a Simpullah piece of shit. She's all day on her Instagram watching reels, watching stupid reels, fantasizing about other men, liking their app pictures. She isn't your dream wife. She isn't close to them. Like, we as men aspire to be like Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. Why won't we aspire to have a wife like Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anhu? Why would we settle for 5 out of 10 women? Because we were lonely for most of our lives. Then we will build ourselves up to a 10 out of 10 to settle to 5 out of 10 women. And most of my sisters will just get angry at me and what are you saying? We are not bad women, we are not degenerate. And I'm not talking about degenerate women. Like, I'm not talking about degenerate women at all, who post their titty pictures and who are like just abruptly telling men that they want casual sex and attention. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about normal women in Bangladesh who go to school, who are young, but who are lost because of social media, and social media has diluted their brain and brainwashed them into becoming like these goblin women who are all day on social media, who are not developing them to becoming more better women, more like Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anhu, more like Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anhu, more like Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anhu. They are just sat at their home. Maybe they study a bit, maybe they try to exercise a bit, but they're still posting their stories for other men to see. Maybe they get inspired by some actresses they see on some Pakistani or Korean drama, and they like try to dress like them, show their skin like them, and they just try a little bit. They have that moral conscience. They have a strict Muslim family. That's why they are not degenerate, but they are not good women either. If degenerate women are 2 out of 10, they are more like those normal women are more like 6, 7, like max 7 out of 10. And like, I'm using this rating not to be sexist, but this is true, because they're not developing themselves to become more like Ahia. Ahia is the perfect woman. She is Zulfiqar's wife. But Zulfiqar doesn't know who she is, and she doesn't know who Zulfiqar is yet. Zulfiqar is still building himself, forging himself, and she is too. She aspires to be more like Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anhu. She prays for Zulfiqar so that he doesn't become a degenerate or get lost. And she prays to Allah for herself so that she doesn't get lost, and she doesn't get lost to some Simpullah who just did 1 or 2 years of self improvement and fakes himself to become this fake masculine guy. She builds herself, she reads books, she has a feminine purpose herself. She does feminine work like writing, reading books, journaling. Maybe she does some kind of creations herself. Maybe she does gardening. Maybe she dances, but dances alone, not to show other men, but for his women. And many of the women watching will think that I'm sexist for it. But if I am ready to bring my gaze down like Zulfikar does, and not to talk to degenerate women, and not to settle down to degenerate women after building myself to this extent, I deserve a wife like Ahia, who will settle only for me, who will be only for me, who will make herself available only for me, and who will build herself. She will go to them. I'm not saying she's gonna be just sat down at home, burqa women like most red pill YouTubers say or Andrew Tate says. No. She's gonna build herself. She's gonna go outside. She's gonna study. She's gonna read. She's gonna meditate. She's gonna pray. She's gonna be a smart woman. And smart women understand that they need to keep themselves for their Zulfiqar, not to settle down with some simple. And most good women, 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10 good women with good families settle with Simpullahs. They settle with Simpullahs like me. And I'm not gonna say I'm Zulfiqar or something. My ex-girlfriend settled with me, and I was not shit, and they weren't shit either. We both should have aspired to be more like Zulfiqar and Ahia. And the modern women I rant about, not normal women, like I'm just gonna call them normal women. There are few modern women that Simpullah sims about, who are degenerate, dirty, who just sit at home, watches reels all day, and post their cleavage pictures, titty pictures, and like just try to get some attention from men. They are on Bumble and Tinder, and they have put intimacy without commitment. It's like they're just gone down bad. And I call them Astaghfirullah, because I named them Astaghfirullah as a joke, that if you ever get tempted by them, just say their name and Allah will save you from them. These are the characters I built, and these are the character I built Jeffrey and Adonis, and I will tell their stories and my stories and try to help young men become more like Zulfiqar, from Simpullah to Zulfiqar. And my purpose is to guide young men to legacy and love, and change the mentality of legacy and love, which modern day self improvement, red pill, Andrew Tate, some dumb men who don't get self improvement has made. Some mistake that Hamza has made, and he's improving, by the way. I'm not calling him out in any way. I'm not being a pussy either. I watch his content every single day. Some mistakes he made that I'm gonna fix. That the relationship dynamic that self improvement brings, the cashing out early, the men pretending to be masculine but being so feminine that he cuddles his pillow thinking about women after getting a girlfriend. How to build a relationship dynamic like Zulfikar and Ahyan. They don't even know each other, and they have a masculine feminine polarity dynamic, and they don't even know each other. Imagine what will happen when they are together. They will conquer the world. Alex Hamosi and his wife, they are both businessmen, but he's masculine and she's feminine. So many young men have this mentality, you watching red pill content, that no, my woman has to sit down and went home, and she can't get outside, and she can't no bro, and she doesn't, no, she's not gonna use Instagram, no, fuck off bro. If you become more like Zulfiqar, she will delete her Instagram. Just close your eyes and imagine she comes at you. This is just like, not comes at you. I'm gonna fucking slap your face off. Just close your eyes and imagine that she comes closer to you and tell you that I never used Instagram. And you ask her why. She says that I never used Instagram for you because I waited for you. I didn't want any men to see me, to look at me like I want you to look at me. And if you want to get that, you need to become more like Zulfiqar. You cannot stay here like this. This is my channel's path and purpose. I forgot a lot of things. I put bullet points here. Fuck. Wait a second. I fucked up. Wait. I'm like, this is my channel's mission and purpose: guiding young men to love and legacy, being more like Zulfiqar, and trying to find and how to find their ahya and how to build themselves for their ahya. This channel's purpose is gonna be how to build a legacy like Zulfiqar, how to build business, how to fix self-improvement problems, how the mentality shift, and how to go closer to ahya, and how to aspire to have a wife, a partner like ahya. And to end this video, I just wrote a poetry, which is I chased lust. Wait, sorry. I chased lust, I chased lies. I craved her touch, ignored the skies. Dead inside, I looked strong, a king of comfort all along. Then I broke, then I bled, faced the war inside my head. I found the flame, I drew the line. I become Zulfiqar. Now the world is mine. Hope you like this video. And if you do, and if you want to support an underrated YouTuber who is aspire to becoming more like Zulfiqar, subscribe down below, like this video so that the algorithm helps me, and comment down below some constructive criticism. What should I improve? The lighting, the angle, the framing, my talking style. Maybe I should talk a little bit faster. I'm also a bit insecure about a lot of stuff, even though I don't pretend I am confident, but yeah, I do have some things at the back of my mind I want to improve. Consider giving me constructive criticism, and we aspire to be more like Zulfiqar.